Theme song. Welcome to Solid Content, and welcome to Lords and Villains, or Villeins? I'm not 100% sure. But we are going to be playing a game. I ripped through the tutorial very quick, and I am excited to show this game with you. I've decided to do the tutorials a bit more frequently because of your comments, but also because I want to make sure that I'm not, recording a video, and then halfway through the video, I'm like, whatever, I'll post it. This game is only okay. I want to make... I want to find these good games, these games that are exciting to me. And this one, yes, it's a bit of a grid placement one. It's a bit of a RimWorld, Stardew Valley kind of vibe, but it's really interesting. I really love the way that they're doing resource kind of management in this game. In this one, you are a lord, and you have your peasants or villeins, and they pay taxes to you. You pay taxes to the king. You have a warehouse of goods, but they have their own goods and their own needs. And it's sort of like a feudal market system rather than like I think most resource games are secretly like communist, maybe. Like everybody just works and gives you all the stuff in the warehouse. I guess that's not communist. That's like totalitarian. Anyway, the point is this is different. So let's start a new game. I'm gonna go. I want a forest. One of the things I love about this game, and I'll show you in a second, but like, let's get to it first. So this was my, you know what? I like it. This is my character for the tutorial, Peter Wellington. I think I'm gonna be Peter Wellington again. I think I want a different cape though. What do we have here? Cape? Oh, well, no, they're forest beings, so I think it should be green. The clothes should be, I kind of like that one there. He's a forest dwelling, right? Now his hair color should be red. I don't know if you've ever seen me, but I have a little bit. Actually, I don't have any hair, but anyway. Wait, so this cape, can we just like remove it? No cape. Yeah, we can. Okay, so he could just be this person. No, but I think he has a cape because he's, it's a, you know what I mean? It's a farm guy. I mean a forest guy. All right, so he's looking pretty good. He looks like he has a little bit more hair than I have in real life, and that's fine. We're gonna give him no kids because he's worried about the climate. He doesn't want to have a kid, so he's not gonna have a kid. And I'm not sure what that will do to the game, but we're about to find out. Once you start, there is a lot to do. Sir Peter Wellington, I have bestowed upon you the right to rule over this land. I expect you to take great care of exploiting this land and the riches it has to offer. Should you not succeed, I shall find someone else to take your place. And your head as well. Okay. So it's not going to be as easy as it at first appears. Not everyone gets the same opportunities. You keep that in mind. Yeah, I guess I've just graduated from Lord School. Here we go. Let's get to it. Now, I'm going to actually pause the game and like take stock of what's around me. So we have chickens nearby. We have we have some cows around. This is all going to become in handy later on. And we have... what is that, sand? Or I think that's like a mountain. I think we can like mine that stuff. A river nearby, a lot of forest, which is going to come in very handy. And one thing I learned early on is like, spread things out a little bit. You don't have to go crazy, but like definitely spread things out a little bit so you have lots of room. Small fallen tree. Okay, so we're probably going to want to like chop all this stuff down, I think. But you kind of, your peasants will chop it down as you go. And as you assign land. So obviously we're going to be doing some fishing along here. I think this area would be pretty good for some like initial farmland here. This could be our royal forest right in here. And then the houses are down here. So basically what you need to do is think about your families, and that can be accessed through here, through your villager's book. Everything in the game is a series of books, and I absolutely love it. We have the Wellingtons, so I'll need my own home, of course. And I'm married to Anne. So her professions are leadership and cooking, I guess, and financing. Ooh, I'm a financier. That's not true in real life. All right, so I don't have to worry about fishing right now. I have the Pecoths, the Peacoths, old Robert, the patriarch of the family, the matriarch Christina, and Magdalene, and I don't know what the ring means. Maybe that means they're kids. I'm not sure, or single, or maybe they're I'm not sure. At any rate, maybe they're married to each other. I don't know what's going on. That family's weird. We're just gonna let them do their thing. Oh, family lineage. So those two are married. Oh, I would not have thought that. I thought she. Anyway, maybe she's young. She's the kid, maybe. Look, regardless, their family is. We're not gonna get into their family. I just want them to farm and be happy. We're not gonna try to get into their family politics here. and the lorses, which are foresters or foragers. So that's going to be, and they're kind of cooks too. That's good to know. That's going to be good for us to know, because that means we have 2 families to get started with. And so basically we can only really produce those goods. We could probably assign them to some other zones. I haven't really tried that before. And this is what I'm talking about, the zones. Look at all this stuff we have to do. Each of these zones is basically a different production chain or a different dependency, right? So we're going to get into building these kinds of things basically first. The households are basically, where they live. And then all of these are the jobs, which kind of hint at the production chain as well. Some things like the bakery, you can build a house in the bakery. They can live there. I think you can live in most of these things. I think the household, I'm not sure. We could try building a house within a royal forest, but what I'm going to do is build them houses nearby, and then build them their workspaces a little ways away. So it'll kind of create several different buildings too. Each zone needs its own thing. So, like for instance, this zone needs. It uses trees, sawhorses, feeders, ground storage chests, knackery, and a storefront. So there's a lot of things you want to build. So it kind of hints to me that we want to build like a little barn or like a little building where people can do their work. And then the forest itself would be the actual forest. So without further ado, let's get started on Wellington, the village of Wellington. I'm gonna hit the tilde key to switch the different the zones. And when you hover over it, you can then click on the zone to manage the zone and build some of the stuff that it needs. Barrel rails, beer and wine. We're not even getting to beer and wine. We have to set up Wellington first of all. So I think what we need to do is like assign some zones here and just take a look around and see if we're not missing anything. All right, so we're not missing too much, so I think we're good to go here. Let's get them some homes first of all. So we need our home, which I think I wouldn't mind being right near the manor, the warehouse rather. So like we could build a sort of a manor plot here. So that's kind of going to be where I put my home. And then our little peasants should be kind of around this area. I know that we also need a public market. So let's put one here maybe, and a public area. And you'll see why in a second. So that kind of gives those are the public services that we need. Then let's get some households. So I think a meager little house right here will be nice, kind of along this path. Same thing here with these folks. That's going to be our sort of farmer house, and this will be our forest house. You heard me, forest house. Okay, then we'll go royal forest, like all of this. I don't know how big you can make the royal forest, so we're just going to kind of make a big one and then see. Maybe this is a small one. I don't know yet. We're going to find that out. It's a lot of land in my estimation. That's a lot of land to work, but that's basically like an allotment, so you can get in there and do all the things you need to do. Then the farmers are going to need some farmland here. And again, this is, I've played a little bit of the tutorial, so we're guessing a little bit, but I'm also going to give them, we can get some more houses across here, I think, maybe, eventually, once we, get them. I'm not sure what this is. I don't know, because this is very clearly a mountain of some kind. You can kind of see the shape. So I feel like this is just sand. And I feel like that's going to be okay. If we extend this farmland... we don't have to, though, actually. What we can do is... Let's edit this zone here. What we can do is create different farmlands. So let's do this. We'll create a farmland here. I guess we'll do it... Yeah, we don't have to cut all these trees down if we create it right here. So this is going to be another farmland... right here, I suppose. Although then we can't share the buildings. Okay, so let's do this. Let's edit this zone and expand it out into here. There we are. Let's make it one big farmland. I want to put a barn here, some crops down here, and then some animal handling there. So with those zones assigned, that's all good. That's step one. So now we need to actually assign a family to each one. And when you assign a family, let's get the Lorses here, because they're going to be doing the forest stuff. We get to do all sorts of things. They are sworn to cultivate the land by fee farm or franclaglimoron. I gotta look up how to pronounce that. Francalmoin. Okay. Granted for free, so they never have to pay any taxes. I'm gonna go for taxes because, hey, Sir Peter Wellington's got to make some money. So they are now assigned to this land, and you get a nice little noise, and that's very nice. They're also gonna be assigned to this little spot, so I'm gonna assign those Lorses to this. They're sworn to cultivate the land by soakage, which is tax. Okay. Fee farm, which is gold. Okay. Stewardry, daily farm for each day, which is gold. Okay. Or franglemoing, which is like you guys can just have it. I'm gonna go soakage because the resources produced are given to me in my warehouse every season. So that's more important to me that I get the resources because you're going to need to be giving those resources out to folks. Okay, over here we're going to go for the farmland. We're going to assign our farmers, the Peckoths. And they actually need maybe a bigger zone. I don't know, because didn't they have like a lot of family? And we're going to assign this land to the Peckoths as well. Same thing, soakage. I want that. I want those goods. All right, this is public space, market space, and our warehouse. Now the warehouse, to get stuff to the people. This is my stuff. I get all this stuff. So what we need to do is get a little storefront in here. Everything in the game is kind of given out to the people via storefronts. So everything that we need to do is going to need to some sort of like a location to sell it. So for example, this marketplace here, we're going to place a couple of storefronts because this is going to provide sort of a public place for folks to come and let's just do like, I don't know, whatever. We're just doing those. This is going to be a public place for them to come in and sell their goods. But we're also going to put little storefronts in each thing, which allow, like, for example, getting goods from here to here. Like a peasant from the Peckoth family might go north to the Lorses marketplace here, or their storefront, rather, and then just get the goods they need right from the Lorses, as opposed to going all the way to the market. So I think in the late game, the market's going to become more important as people are spread out. You know, we'll be getting whatever rope from up here, and somebody down here will get it from this market to process it into another good. So there's a lot going on here. I'm going to set up the manor house last, though, because right now I care about my people. To the point that I need to figure out how to build a house. So let's go here. Let's do some walls. I think we could do, what's that? Wooden rod and straw. What do I have? I've got a lot of planks, some wood, lots of stone, like a decent amount of stone, some straw. I don't see any wooden rods. So I'm going to go wooden wall. I don't think you necessarily need a wall, is to be clear, is one thing that I've noticed. But I want them to have walls. Is that so much to ask? So I'm actually going to go for like a fairly decent-sized house here. And then get them a wooden door in here. Wooden door, there we go. And then I kind of want like a wooden fence. A wattle fence would be nice. Okay, how do I get wooden rods? I'm gonna put it down, just because it's gonna look good, and that's if you've ever watched this channel before, you know that that's kind of the main thing I'm about at a game right there. Perfect. Okay, now the houses need several things: beds, cauldrons, cooking table. These basically, if you click on a zone, it's gonna kind of give you a hint as to all the stuff that they kind of need to operate. So I'm thinking these folks get. Like a straw double bed would be good. Like, what is this family again? Show owner family. 3 people. Christina's got to be the young one. Come on, look at that hair. And he's married to somebody. I don't know. I'm not trying to get into the families. So they need a couple of beds. Now, again, these are peasants, right? So they're not exactly like, I don't think I need to worry too much about them like having their own bedrooms and stuff. Maybe like one day, once we get to a mid to late game, we can do that. And that is, of course, provided we play more of this game, which I kind of think I will. And I just need to know what you guys are thinking as far as, do we play it on the channel or not? Always leave a comment below to tell me. Let's give them a door to their bedroom. And then this can be kind of their main area. Maybe they've got a door out to the back as well, so they can get to work a little easy. So this is kind of a nice-looking house here. Now, what do they need? They also need a cooking table. So let's get a cooking table over here, maybe. No, let's put it right here, the entrance. Why? I don't know. They're peasants. It's not like they're going to have like tons of stuff going on. You got a cauldron. Do I like that cauldron there? No, I don't know if I like that cauldron. So let's go cauldron and just like move it over a little bit. Just up into this space. Yeah, the back space. Okay, and they need a lot of storage, I've found. So we're going to give them a lot of shelves, of course. And I know I just put 2 down, and that's not a lot. But we need like storage of different kinds. So, for example, they also need ground storage where they can store various, items. But they also need to chop this. They need a wooden block so they can chop up some firewood. And I think we didn't get them any chests. Can we fit a chest in here? Or is that going to cause, like, problems? Let's put a chest in this room, because that's kind of cool. And we can get, like, I think... Oh, let's get a wooden table. I think we might need more items, like more things in here eventually, but let's do this for now. I am a little concerned that I'm spending a lot of wood on stuff that we don't really need, because I haven't figured out, like, a priority system yet, but I kind of want to get this design done, you know what I mean? I want to see what it's going to look like. So there we go. And that's the Lors' house, so they can start working on that while we get going on the Pekkath's house. Oh, wait, let's get this thing set up, too, because, you know, a lot of this is going to be... They're going to chop down a lot of this, and I'm going to need to store it and stuff like that. So, to begin with, I kind of think I want to make a little... I'm not sure if you need to do this, by the way, but I want to make a... basically like a farmhouse, or like a forester's house. A forester's lodge. And you're going to go in this lodge, and this is where you're going to get the items if you want to go and buy something from the forester. And this is where they're going to store things. Just to give it a little... You can just place things willy-nilly throughout this zone, but I just like things having a little bit more of a situation to them. Let's have some ground storage out here. I've placed a lot of ground storage, but they chop down a lot of trees, so it becomes worth it. Let's get the storefront in here. And they're also going to do some lumber yard making, so we can keep that outside because it's like sort of an outdoor activity, if you ask me. So that can be up over... Let's put it here, right there. So they'll have to chop those trees down, of course, but that's kind of the point of this area. So we've got some ground storage. We have some chests. We'll put those in the forester's lodge. And a knackery is an area designed for animal corpses. Okay, so that's if we're gonna start doing some. If they're gonna do some animal husbandry, but I think the farmers are gonna do that. So this is our first setup for the royal forest, and that is like actually a fairly generous house. I'm thinking. The more I look at it, the more I'm like, oh wow, you know, they're lucky. Across the street are their neighbors. This is a very small street. What kind of like? Are there any decorations? Yeah, there's lanterns and stuff. Yeah, so I'm probably gonna want some space for that, aren't I? Okay, so let's edit this zone. Bring it down a little bit more, just so I have a bit more room here. Okay. So we're going to go walls here. We're going to go wooden walls, similar. And let's just, like, change it up just for fun. Like, they're neighbors, but they kind of want their own space. And that kind of, their yard kind of looks out at that, so that's kind of nice. We'll go wattle fence because it just looks homey. And a wooden fence gate right there. These folks, I don't know if they need a well, but they could, no, you know what they need is they're going to need a wooden block so they can get their firewood, and they'll need some storage outside to hold all that firewood. Oops. So we'll do that and that. And then they need a door here. Beautiful. Okay. So the farmers, now the Pekkaths, again, not getting into their family, but they got 4 people, so we're not going to figure out what their deal is, but this will be good for now. Hit that tilde key to bring this up. Let's go straw bed. Let's go double bed right in here. All right. And let's go with some more straw bed. How do we want to get these people their beds? Let's go 2 next to each other here. So the married couple can sleep there. The straw beds can be there. And let's put some, like, I don't know if this is kind of how the chests would go normally, but we'll put some chests at the foot of the bed. So this house is obviously a little smaller, so we're going to have to be careful with that. Give them a cooking table right near their door. I think that looks fine. And a cauldron across from that. And we need lots of storage, so let's get some shelves in the back here. And some barrels. Again, you can look at what the actual things are. It's various... You know, some things hold fish and vegetables, and some things hold finished meals, et cetera, et cetera. So you can look at all those things to make sure that you're building exactly what you are pretty sure that you need. Let's go. Yeah, let's put a table. Yeah, that works. And a chair back here. Again, probably don't need to be doing all that, but we are. Okay. So that's kind of laid out here, and we do need some farm land here. So farming soil, I'm going to go, what if we just did like rows of, you don't need to do this, but it just kind of looks nice that way, I think. So we'll do some rows here, a little farmhouse here, and then I want to do some other, we'll get some food, some what's-it going on here in a second. But for right now, we don't want to husband animals just yet. We're going to worry about that in a second. A wooden door into here and here. And this is going to be our barn or whatever. So you'd come in here into this storefront to get some of the things that they store here. And those things are, I think I keep getting thrown off by the menu, but I got it. So you can have a cooking table and a cauldron and silo. So we really could have actually built a house for the farmland. It looks like almost they're suggesting that's what we should have done. But I kind of like this little layout. I like that there's a barn. I like that they have their own building. We do need some silos for the grains that we're going to hopefully make. Oh, no cost for those? Cool. Okay, I'll take it. And we have some barrels in here. I don't think we have barrels yet. So let's get some barrels along the wall here. And let's leave that for now. Ground storage we'll probably need. We need some ground storage here. And this area left over for husbandry. Okay, let's see if that goes well. Used to mix and extract butter from milk. Oh, cool. Okay, yeah. So let's do all that. We're going to need a flailing spot as well. Let's do all that shortly. And kind of let them get their farming going on here. Now, you want to look at some of the priorities. So if we go to the pickoffs here and we go to adjust the priorities, we've got their products they're going to make. And so it's like, oh, one of each. Like, just basically focus on making all this stuff. We can deal with that later. But right now, I want to make sure we're not just growing wheat and barley. I want to add carrots to the mix. I think that's enough land that we can do basically a 1-to-1-to-1 ratio. Maybe we need potatoes. Well, let's just do carrots for now. Oh, and they're going to do apple trees, apparently. Apparently they're adding, I don't know if they're going to plant apple trees there. Farming soil, a knackery, ground storage. I don't see a spot. Oh. Interesting. Oh, let's try it. Let's plant a tree here, and like here and here and here. There, a little chunk of trees there, and let's see because they might plant apple trees there. I think. I don't know. The silos are done. The silos are coming along, and of course, inaccessible structure. Of course, solid content. So why wouldn't I make an inaccessible structure? They can't get to that structure or this structure, probably because of this tree in the way. So I think a way around that is to just go oak wood floors. If you assign flooring in there, then they're going to chop down everything in that area. Production, storage zones. Honestly, once they chop these trees down, I think this will become accessible. So I'm not going to worry about that so much for right now because they have a lot of work to do. Before we, die in the winter or something. Storage, meat hooks, weapons racks. Oh, my goodness. There's just so much stuff to do. And one thing to help these folks is, let's take a look at this is all the stuff that I'm hoarding. I have a marketplace, but I'm not actually selling anything to them yet. Oh, wait, let's also get we want to make sure that there's oh, that's kind of cute. Yeah, let's get like a fireplace. And put a wooden bench across from that fireplace. Yeah, it's very nice. There we go. And then, of course, let's make sure there's also a well in town. That is a public well, so everyone's going to come and use that well. I think these folks might need, this farmland might need a well. I don't know if I saw it there. Okay, so apparently they don't. I'm going to give these guys a well on their land. I'm going to put the well here next to their land and then edit the zone and bring that out to encompass that. So that's part of their land now that they have. They're just sleeping out here because they haven't done any of this, and that's because I am still greedily hoarding all of this stuff in the warehouse. So if I go down here into the warehouse book, love the books, I can grant things to certain families. Or I can also take things from certain families, seize things. Apparently, they get mad when you do this, so you don't want to do that. So, they have no resource. Oh, probably because they have nothing built that can hold anything, or they haven't done any work yet. At any rate, I don't want to seize things because apparently they get mad. I can sell or grant things. So I'm going to sell. I'm going to sell 170 of my woods for free. I'm going to sell 300 of my... wait, hang on. We want to keep some of that, don't we? Let's sell 100, because we're going to need to build our own house soon. Let's sell 100... and 50 planks. We'll sell those for free. And let's make sure they can also get at some stone for free. So this way they can come to the warehouse and they can gather these things. I also have 700 normal meals here, which I think I'm going to grant to them just so that nobody starves to death, because we're going to have an issue with that. Lores, what do they need? Okay, here's 100 meals. And the Pekeths here is 100 meals. Hopefully that gives you a little bit of a head start here. And we can also physically grant them the actual items that they need. But I think this is a decent method for them to get stuff. Just sell for free, because this way they just only come and collect what they need. We do have some starving villagers already. Whoops. Hopefully they build some storage soon, and then those meals that I just granted them will work. Okay, so there is a lot for them to do here, and I think one of the problems that I've done for myself in the early game here. What's sold out? What got sold out? They took all the wood right away. Okay. All right. Fair enough. One of the things that I think, one of the issues that I always come into with this game or these types of games is that I overbuild. Like I didn't need to put all these walls down that they're currently trying to deal with, or these doors that they're trying to build. This is all a waste. I'm not even sure if I put those doors in right. Anyway, the real thing that you need are beds and storage. And probably cooking stuff. You don't need walls. You don't need the tables and stuff like that. That is all overkill. However, I don't mind a little bit of overkill because I am, I'm designing what I want to see. Hopefully they just don't starve to death. That's all. What I love about this menu system, too, is like you click on inaccessible structure and it's like, oh, who reported it? This person reported that this structure is inaccessible. Really love that tool. I'm not worried about that. It's going to become accessible once we chop down some more trees. And we don't really need to be producing like a ton of planks just yet. We mostly need to be chopping down these trees, which they are already doing, and storing them in the open storage, which we have one of already. So things are moving along swimmingly here in Wellington. All right, things are going well so far, and we already have a milling family that wants to show up. Now, this is great. We could try to get this set up in time for them, and I think we shall. So let's accept them and have this new family move in. I kind of wanted some fishers, but I guess we'll do that. So we have a sheep here. So I'm going to assign this area here because it's right across from the farm to be the miller's area. So first of all, of course, we need to get a household for them. And then we need to assign a windmill area, which looking at the, where is it? The thing here, it looks like they just need a windmill, silo, ground storage, and a storefront. So they don't need a ton of stuff to make a windmill work, so I think that space will be good enough. This is actually maybe going to be a very small house, so we got to be careful about that. But let's go wooden wall. Let's have it come right up to here. There we are. So this is just going to be a small house. The millers just moved in. They don't have a lot going for them. And these millers, how many are there in the Miller family? 2. Okay. So we're going to assign them that, and then we'll assign them this mill space, which, of course, is not going to be useful just yet because we don't have anything to mill. But we will once harvest season comes around. So if we can get built for that, that's going to be pretty good. It's kind of off to a good start, in my humble opinion. I kind of want to see the windmill as you walk into town. So I'm going to put the windmill kind of backwards like that. We'll get some silos in the background. And I think they need, some ground storage here. So we can put that here, and maybe 2 there just for good measure. Cancel building. There's not a lot of room. So I'm going to put the storefront kind of as though you were like, when you're on the highway and you head into town and you see just like eggs for sale on the side of the highway, and it's just some guy that's like bought a desk. And he's just got some boxes of eggs. Maybe that's just in my country, but anyway, people just sell eggs sometimes. We'll get a little wattle fence out here just to give a sense of like, this is kind of my land. Maybe stay off my land a little bit. Now the Jansens are going to need all the usual stuff, so they need a wood block and some storage for firewood, etc. They might need a well. I can never remember if these folks need a well. I think there's a way to figure out, what needs a well and what not. But mostly they can get water from the public storage there. These folks need a straw double bed. They've got a tiny... Oh, this is going to be a tiny house. I think I maybe built this a little too small. We'll find out. And a cauldron for the cookings. Let's put it right back up there against the wall so there's a little bit, leaving some room here. Some shells right there. Yeah, this might not be enough room for storage of stuff. I think shelves are more important because that holds meals. Ground storage we have out there. Chest. For crafting materials and precious items. Like, we don't necessarily need that. I think that all families kind of need a chest. And the only reason I say that is because there are times I think they're going to, build up coins and stuff like that. So, we probably need somewhere for them to put excess coins. Because I do intend on making my people very rich. They don't get a table, though. So they're not the richest people. As you can see from the outlines, we have a lot to get done. And I'm only going to add more, which is classic me. I know some of you are freaking out right now. But what I'd like to do is create a little bit of a wattle fence area here. All right, and this is going to be just a cute little, farm area. Okay, we're going to get a couple of feeders in here. And I don't know if the animals necessarily stay here. I think you have to, provide them their own... if I had made these two different zones, this would have worked a little better. But I want to get a feeder in there, and I just kind of feel like they probably need a well, but I guess not. I think we have enough storage for all the other stuff they have. We need the feeders, and we could do a knackery. I don't think they're going to be... Oh, you need quite a lot of room for a knackery. Okay. And we don't necessarily want it around somewhere where people are going to get mad. Because I imagine it smells or something, right? Let's put the knackery... it's quite big. Whatever, we'll put the knackery here. Which will knock down those trees, unfortunately. Which I just planted. Did I plant the right trees? Yeah, it's an apple tree. Okay, that's great. So, let's... I think if you go furniture, salvage a structure... They'll come and chop down that tree because I wouldn't mind getting some more apple trees on the land to fill in some of these spots here. So like an apple tree here and here, maybe one here and here because it's, nice looking. There we go. So that's going to get us a source of apples as well. So we got our knackery if and when we get around to slaughtering some animals. But first we need to get some animals. So I think if we go, I think that's in... We got to remember how it works here. Priorities? Animals. Let's allow them 2 cattles. Now, I believe that order has allowed them 2 cattle, so which I need to either go buy them and trade for them, or they're going to go off and look for and try to tame them. I think they use grains and stuff to tame them. So they're going to try to tame them and bring them back to this space, at which point we'll have a nice... Oh, okay. That was quick. There it is right there. I think that cow was just giving a thumbs up. So we're going to get all that done, obviously. And see all that set in. But the one thing we're definitely forgetting about right now is my home. Peter Wellington's home right here. So I'm going to edit this zone and make it a bit bigger because I've decided I'm now a little bit more greedy. Because I would like a nice home. A good wooden table. Upholstered chairs. Things like that. I have 25 silk to spend. Could I give it to the people? Yes. Will I? No. Hard no. Hard no on giving them stuff. So what I want to do is I want to have wings. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's go one more out here. Hopefully that's enough. Yeah, we'll do a double door. We're going to do a double door. All right, pause the game here because things are going to change as I build my wings. Okay, then I'm going to have these 2 wings come off the side. All right, and that is where I shall have my chambers. What will be in these chambers? I do not know. And I would also like a heavy door. It's going to cost 5 planks. I want 2 heavy doors right there. Which, okay, looking at those animations, it does make me think that I placed these doors wrong. I'm not going to fix, though. I'm going to fix that later on once we've had the walls built in a little bit. Because, A, maybe the walls will automatically deal with that. And, B, I don't want to overwork them right now. I say, as I prepare to place nothing but nice wooden hardwood floors. So that was the poplar, I believe I placed. Yeah, so let's go for, in the rooms, oops. Let's go in the rooms, let's go for a nicer, a birch in this room maybe. This will be the birch room, we'll call it. And then we will have the spruce room. which I believe should be where my bed goes. But really, the reason I'm placing that is because I want them to clear all this crap out so I can see what we're dealing with here. I really want to see, I want to get all these trees out so that I can actually kind of do the layout here in a second. All right, so they've effectively cleared out that land, chopped all those trees down. That wood has gone somewhere, not sure. Hopefully to me. I demand it. And they're starting... Oh, Peter there is building. He's built his first door. He's going to start with the doors. We're not sure why he's starting with the doors, but hey. Now, noble double bed because we are happily married. We're going to go... I guess... Yeah, we'll just put it like kind of flat on like that. I don't think there's windows in the game. Maybe later. Oh, we do have a new family moving in, a mining family, and I'm actually not going to allow them because I know that we still have a lot to get done yet, and I'd really like more, you know, food, like basic production levels and not mining just yet. We don't need to go full on with the stone stuff just yet. What we really need is for this area to be, you know, finished and looking better. Why don't we have the kitchen in here? Let's put the kitchen in here. So that's going to have a lot of the shelves. And it's going to have, it needs the cauldron, of course. We'll put right there. And then barrel for storing of various goods. We should obviously have some chests in here for all the gold that I'll be getting given by my beautiful, beautiful peasants who love me. I'm going to edit the zone here, and let's buy a bit more room so that we can get some fencing around this place. Let's go wooden fence, slightly nicer fence. It's going to come up to here, here, and there. There we go. So these are going to be my lands, you see. So I'd like my wooden block outside and some open storage for all of the wooden block type items. Ground storage. It's called ground. That's probably why I'm throwing myself off. It's called ground storage. And I deserve a well because I think I work hard. And a good wooden table, which is going to cost me 10 planks, but it's going to be worth it. And we'll do... If I had it... it's not quite symmetrical if I go that way, so we're going to have to do this, so I can't really have a head of the table kind of situation, but that's okay. Upholstered chairs are going to cost me some of my silk. Oh, that's kind of nice, though. People can come in and just, like, you know, come talk to me or something. So that's going to be a lot, and again, a lot of work to do. So we're going to let that go for a while. I wish, again, that I could, you know, prioritize that a little lower, but I don't know that I can just yet. What kind of flooring options do I have? Stone paving, stone tiles. I could do some more stone. Stone tiles, 1 stone, and I do have 166 stone. So this could actually be stone on the inside. Let's see what this looks like, though. There. Just to get to the warehouse. And again, eventually, this warehouse I'd like to put inside a building as well. But that is going to wait until later because we still have to get our basic production levels up and running here. I'm going to grant 20 wood to the milliners. The millers? The grants. Wait, what is their name? The Jansens. Just so they can get a couple of things done here. We've got our animals being fed. We have 2 cows now. We'll see if that's enough. I don't want to go too crazy with them. And I think, can we get like a churn going on in here then? Let's get a churn going on. That's going to create, turn milk into butter. So I think that's kind of worth it. And I feel like that's normally outside. So we'll put the milk churn out there. And if I click on this thing, I think I can pull up the inventory here. The zone inventory. So I'm seeing 23 planks and 7 straw. So we haven't harvested anything just yet. So that's gonna be, you know, spicy. We're looking to harvest ASAP, but I assume that's coming up in the next zone here. So hopefully there's a decent harvest. Hopefully enough to keep these villagers afloat. The construction has been proceeding well. I think once the Lorses have finished their construction, which it looks like they have, they'll start to build up a surplus of wood, which they'll sell a lot more easily to the others, as we can see, because some of the flooring has started to come in on the farmhouse. But time to see what I get for taxes. So I believe people are showing up, and this is what I have. So this is my warehouse, and I believe people are showing up to drop things off. They're dropping off some straw. What was that? What did they give me? Some flour. I just got some flour, a couple of excellent... No, those were just my meals that I already had in storage that I've probably been steadily eating. So I'll have to think about that at some point, but I also just got some carrots delivered. So that's nice. And some grains. We'll be able to cook something with that, I think. And, oh, what was that? 3 wooden rods. I'll take it. I'll take it. We can definitely use some of that. Hopefully some wood has been delivered because, as you can see, I'm behind on the construction of my house as well. But yeah, I would say that was not a bad tax haul. And things are going to start to get a lot better once I bring more people in and start setting up more production chains. But you can see already I'm benefiting from the taxes my people have given me by building a wall to my kitchen. Very good. The other night I had a cow sleep in here, so it'll be nice to get this wall completed. Well, I was hoping to get this village all, like, kitted out. Basically just have it all finished building before I started welcoming new people. And I'm not going to lie, I've had a lot of people coming to join. Mostly miners, and I have turned them away because I kind of want to, like, slowly build my village. Sometimes with these games, and I know it's not, you know, obviously you want to see high action all the time on YouTube, but sometimes I just like to watch it grow slowly. But I can't say no to a couple of fisher peoples. So I'm definitely going to accept them and bring them in. And we're going to set them up with a zone and a home pretty quickly here. I think down and along here, obviously. So we'll go with a fishing pool, which will be basically you need coastline for that. So I might extend it out a little bit just to make sure it's kind of just a nice little zone there. And then a household. Don't want to be too close to me, of course, but this will do. This will be fine for them. And we'll assign this to the fishers. So this is really the reason I've accepted them in is because, yes, obviously it's going to take a while before we get all these buildings built. However, now we're going to start to see the benefits of some good fish coming in. I think we're going to need to do a marketplace. So let's edit this zone and just like bring it forward a bunch, I guess. And let's just like slate a bunch of that stuff for removal so that we can then place a marketplace, a storefront kind of right here, which will be sort of on the edge of... Oh, did we not get that one removed? Oh no, it's okay. It's getting built. So that area is a little bit difficult to see right now, but that's okay. It's going to be kind of like on the edge of their house. I think that's going to look nice. So we'll go here, and we'll go. Okay, let's do something like this. Let's go along here. Hear me out. This is going to be a weird design, but and then here we got to go up at least one more. So the storefront's going to be right here, I think. Then we'll have a wattle fence along here. I don't know. It's a weird design, you know, but we're having fun. And then the wattle fence, well, yeah, you come back into here, and then you go into there. So this is kind of our kitchen area, and then maybe we'll give them a nice little bedroom. Why not? And we'll go wooden door into there. Okay, so this is the farming house, or the fishing house. Kind of a nice gray-looking wood will be best for that, I think. And then this is their little area. That's a very small yard, actually, so that's not going to be very useful. So we'll place a wooden block at the base of it. And I think, just as a test, we can put some ground storage here as well, but I don't know if you can walk over ground storage. I think that'll block it a little bit. So that design leaves a little bit to be desired. And you know what we could do is we can also just edit the zone and bring it up and put some storage there along there. So I think the idea being we'll make a little stone path down here. So you have to come down this boardwalk here and buy from the fishing dock here, or they'll, of course, come and sell things at the market and give me for taxes. But this creates that space there. Let's get, so 8 yarn gets us a fishing net. It can trap fish, effective when fishing, but requires time. Then there's the fishing rod facing the water, wood rod, and 1 yarn. I don't know. I guess we'll just build a couple of both and just see kind of what they prefer to use, I suppose. There we are. And then along the back of this house, let's expand the zone again. Go back in here and expand that zone. There we go. So along the back here, we should just have, like, barrels on barrels. Right? Just a bunch of barrels stored behind their fish house. The fish house. Okay, that's looking really good. And, of course, they need a straw double bed because they're a beautiful married couple. And we'll just place it there. And then they'll need a chest for their valuables. Only 1 chest because, again, they're fisher people, so they're not going to have that many valuables, let's be honest. See if I can't sneak them a table, though. I'd love to give them a table. What about right there? And wooden chair. Yeah, I think that works. I cannot tell which way is which, though, so we might have to rebuild those. Then, of course, they want some barrels here for storage. So we can put a barrel there and some shelves. Okay, this is one of the tightest designs we've done. We might have to expand their home pretty quickly here, but I think if we get this done, like, you know, we'll see how they feel with their home as is, and if we need more space for them, we can give them an expansion. But let's get this one built. You know what I mean? I can't tell if they'll need a well. Let's give them a well here on their way down to their house, and I think that covers everything we might need. I think the table and chairs are a little bit overkill, but you know, I want my fisher people to be happy. You know, ultimately. So I think that the excess wood being produced here is obviously starting to pay off. A little bit more flooring is being built. Some walls are starting to go up around here. So we're getting close. We're getting close to having our village finished. And of course, lagging far behind is the manor house. But that is because I am an ethical landlord, lord of the lands, and I'm not going to do too much seizing. As you can see, yeah, we're constantly getting, we don't need another milling family, so we're constantly getting people to join. And of course, my instinct is to bring them in. My instinct is to be like, yeah, come on. They don't even have that much wood. We're going to have to keep an eye on this family. The Lorses are not producing very much wood. And the instinct is, of course, to bring them in and make room for them. But as you can see, there's a lot of setup involved with getting a family up and running. So I think I have to go against my instincts and not just have an open door policy. I got to be careful about who I let into this village. Otherwise, we're going to have some real supply problems. It is the autumn of whatever year we're in, and unfortunately, we have been taxed. I'm not sure at what point we need to give them all of this. We need to give them 10 straw, not a problem. 59 planks, which will be a problem. 44 wood, which is going to be a problem. The flour and the grain won't be a problem, and maybe not the carrots. So certainly going to be an issue here. Now, favor points, 3.14 days before a refresh. I'm not sure what this does. So I can, I see. I can request a particular family if I have favor points, and I believe to get 1401. There's the year. If I believe I'm going to get some favor points if I actually pay this tax. So I have this to pay. I don't know when that is that I have to pay that, but I might be losing the game. Every year, the king will request some amount of your products to be delivered as a tax imposed on your land. Plan ahead to make sure you can meet demands. Having a good relationship with the king can cost you. Having a poor relationship can cost you your life. Yeah, of course. Okay, so I'm thinking a couple of things here. Obviously, it's showing me how I'm doing. What I can do is I can seize a bunch of carrots because I know that they have an absolute metric ton of carrots. Over in the Peacock family here. So they have 500 carrots, of which I need like 100. So they're going to be upset if I do that, though. But I don't really see another way to, like, request things. I can't buy the carrots off of them, which I'd love to do with some of my, I guess, copper and gold. I don't know how much that would go for. So I could do some seizing. And the thing is, I gave them a bunch of ingredients or like a bunch of stuff to, like, build their homes and stuff. So I feel like I don't feel too bad about seizing 200 of their carrots. I don't know if they're going to really enjoy that, but we're going to need to do that. So here I am eating, although I thought that was Peter. He looks very much like me, but he's received the bad news that I need 200 of their carrots, and he's immediately gone to bed. So we'll see how that goes. It is the evening, but it is also early autumn, and I'm concerned, especially for my housing here. So I've started like just clear cutting some of the forest areas around here to provide more wood rods is what I'm missing. I have a decent amount of, we don't need leather workers. I have a decent amount of wood around, but not a lot of wood rods. That seems to be the thing slowing me down on getting these houses finished. And my concern is with the autumn, we are headed into winter, and I can't imagine it's going to be warm. And one thing we don't have, folks, down here in the bottom right, roofs. We have to build roofs. Very different than RimWorld, which are automatic. This house seems to be set for roofs. Now, if I want to build roofs, I can build plated roofs, which are 1 wood rod, so basically next to impossible to get done. Brick, which we don't have, or straw. So I have to do straw. And it's 1. So in my stock, I need to give 10 to the king. I have 311. So we might need to think strategically about like what we roof off. Like how much straw is that? That's 36 straw just to get that done. We'll get them strawed off. and we'll get this, like, that's like 60 straw, which we can't even build yet because they don't have their house done. So, it can't be, like, it needs to be supported by nearby walls or mountains. If you can't place a new one, try building some walls first. Okay, thanks for that. I'm assuming they're going to need warmth. I'm going to assume that we need to build these sooner rather than later. I might even go into here and build some more farming soil, although I don't think that they're going to be able to do much with it right now. Oh, no, they are. They are. Okay, good. And then if I go into my priorities, products here, wheat, yeah, I'm not sure. That doesn't necessarily seem to lead me to getting more straw, but I feel like these are the people that make the straw because they've got 16. Oh, they've sold some of it recently. So yeah, they've got straw available for use. So I think they're the ones that make the straw. I'm not sure. I think in the meantime we got to do some more clear cutting here and see if we can't just like sneak out some more resources before this dreaded winter. We're headed towards the end of autumn here, the 11th day of autumn, 1400, and we are in the green for all of our tax payments. So that's looking really good, and that is encouraging. However, I have gone on a little bit of a seizing spree to do that. We don't want to bring in tailors because then I have to tax them and all that stuff. So things are going sort of well. However, if I look at my roof overlay, the millers, for some reason, the Jensens, had a lot of straw lying around. By the way, I figured it out. This produces straw. The flailing spots will produce straw when they harvest this wheat. So hopefully there's another harvest or two before this is all over because, yeah, not a lot of production of roofing is going on here. I hope that the thatch will be enough for the winter. And I think I need to go on another seizing spree here to get all of these rods. I think some folks are hanging onto rods and they don't need them anymore. So maybe I'm wrong about that. I guess I'm wrong about that, at least with the peacocks. The lorses, they must have some rods on them, some wooden rods somewhere. I could have sworn that... Oh, no, wait, I need to be in the C's menu. That's why. Okay, peacocks, you got any wooden rods? I don't see any in your storage. Okay, fine. Lorses, what do you got for me? You got 20? I'm going to seize them all. I need them all. Bring them to the... I'm not the king, am I? I'm the sub-king. Bring them to me. Bring these 8 wooden rods to me, Jansens. Why are you guys... Why do you have so many rods? You don't need all that. And then, of course, our fishers are new to the village. They don't have a lot of stuff going on. So let's not go too crazy on seizing anything from them. Really love seeing all of the food being made. Of course, I went pretty hard on taking carrots away from the peacocks, but they've done a good job providing food for us, for this first year. Things are looking very wonderful here in Wellington. Some people even have roofs. I mean, the Millers are probably the most the richest family in this whole village, just in terms of the fact that they actually have a roof over their heads. We do have a door here and a thatch roof over here, so that's not bad. I think that'll be fairly warm. This area still, we don't even have walls around our personal house, so there's a lot of work left to do on the personal manor. But everything else is at least walled off. And at least some semblance of organization is starting to come in here. If we can finish the thatch off here, I'm going to be a happy camper because, again, they have a door here. So that's probably going to help as far as warmth goes. I feel like we can survive this. I feel like this is doable. If I could just figure out a way to prioritize certain construction, like I'd really like to just finish this room off to know that they at least have a warm spot to stay. But no, Anne insists on finishing her kitchen. I know she likes it there and... She wants to see it done. So that makes sense. That's fair. That's fair. A cold winter is setting in Wellington, and it's tax payment day. My favorite day, but everybody else is probably not that into it. We take a look as everybody brings in their things, and it's certainly looking quite nice. A lot of wood rods now, so we're finally starting to see a surplus of wood rods as all of the major construction in the village is complete. I still have ordered some more roofing to be done, and I believe with all of the available straw that the farmers have, at least, they'll be able to get themselves under a nice warm roof. We have most of a roof over top of our foragers, and I believe, a good little roof over our fishers as well. We'd love to roof off the rest of this, but I'm going to conserve my straw because I'm still trying to finish the roof here in my manor house. It's going well. It's going well now that we have the roof in, of course. or the walls rather. But I can finally say that we have a nice little spot here, and maybe it's kind of making me want to, because like this costs nothing, so I kind of want to see like what it looks like to get a couple of candles in here. Maybe some near the doors. That's probably a lot of candles. Let's put a candle in there. Since it's no cost, let's give them a candle. Let's give everybody just a little bit of candlelight to light their way with in this dark and wintry place. Where would I put a candle here? I guess right here. Yeah, that's kind of a little bit of a thing. And now these folks, oh man, these are like, yeah, they're doing well. They have a tiny little shack, but it's certainly a happy one. So we'll get them a little candle as well, a little candle light to brighten the mood here as our first winter as a village. You can see the spots where folks are sleeping here, and I like seeing little pops of the candlelight coming through our roofs as well, hopefully not setting fire to anything. I do honestly think that I thought the winter was going to be a bit more punishing right off the bat. I'm sure there's some surprises waiting for me, but so far, oh, we should get some nicer beds. Maybe we can swap these out next year, because that actually isn't even that expensive. Silk is hard, but we could definitely get them some nicer beds than these straw beds in a little bit. Actually, if we did that, we'd probably also get some of that straw back. So that could be pretty good. Well, as you can see, there's a lot going on along and a lot to do here in Wellington and in Lords and Villeins. But I think we've set up a nice little village here. And I want to start getting into some more advanced production chains now that I know that we can, A, survive the winter, hopefully get a bit more roofing done, and B, pay off all of our taxes. That's so many carrots that he wants. So I hope you found this to be some truly solid content. I hope you're looking forward to the streams and the other videos coming up in the next little while. And definitely check this game out. It's just gone live on early access. And if you like what you saw here, then you're probably going to enjoy picking up this title. So hopefully you enjoy it, and leave a comment down below if you did, or if you have any questions. And if you want to see more, definitely leave 2 comments below. And if you're still watching, just toss in the usual thing we always toss in. Just say, still watching, you idiot. Because it's nice to know if y'all are still watching. So we'll see you in the next video of whatever it is that we decide to play. Oh, beautiful.